Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. I always like to wait and let things settle before I do readings on them sometimes. I have a saying, and I can't remember where I saw it. Never catch a falling knife. Never try to catch a falling knife. In other words, let the knife fall and settle so you don't get caught or you don't get burned or you don't get hurt. And sometimes when I jump on readings right away, something's happening right away. It's the energy's too raw for all the energies to meld and come together. So here we are 24 hours later, and the knife has fallen and it's resting. And now we can do some readings on it, knowing the energy has matured. Does that make sense? All right, so I just did a fascinating reading on who called for this. Who called for this? Now, this reading is Harry watching what the king has done to his brother? And is he now worried that the next king is going to do it to his brother as well? Precedent has been set. Everybody who told me I was nuts that Harry's prince can't be taken away, you can apologize in the comments below. I told you that no matter, even if it's a title at birth, it can be taken away if it's detrimental to the monarchy, the crown, or shows traitor. The other princes that lost their titles were siding with the enemy during the world wars, and therefore they lost their titles because that's a traitor to the king. What's Harry's next move? The Game of Thrones. What's Harry's next move? What's Harry's next move? I'm going to do three. I'm going to do Harry. I'm going to do King Charles. I'm going to do Prince William. Notice what I did there? Harry, King Charles, Prince William. Let's see what's going on here. The last reading I did is very telling what William has on his mind. What are the energies between the three of them right now? Harry, King Charles, Prince William. Shall we begin? Harry. Ooh, King of Coins in reverse. Well, number one, he's acting very immature. Greedy. Unsuccessful. Doesn't have a career. Page of Coins. Well, there's the king with his message. And Two of Cups for William. Two of Cups for William. I want to make sure these are all in. I'm just looking at this going, is this Andrew and Harry? Two peas in a pod. Wheel of Fortune. I'm wondering if Harry's thinking this is going to be good for him because he can move into Royal Lodge. Ace of Spears. The king is actually thinking, what more can I do? William, Nine of Coins in reverse. I think William is thinking, I want to make sure that Meghan doesn't get any money. Queen of Spears. This is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Maybe Harry's thinking this is fabulous because now she has a good reason to leave. She's mad. Look at, there's the King of Coins and the Queen of Spears, and they're both in reverse. With this Wheel of Fortune, maybe Harry's saying, you know what, I hope they take away all my titles because now then we can go do whatever business we want. We can say whatever we want. Perhaps this is a lucky thing for him. Maybe this is, well, warning shots. Maybe we need to change our outlook. For some reason, these two think this is, maybe they think, oh, they'll take all their frustrations out on Andrew and we'll be safe. I don't know. Let's continue to read. Queen of Coins in reverse. You know, again, Queen of Coins in reverse coming up for Charles. He's thinking a lot about his mom, about what would mom do. Mom would certainly take the sword and cut Andrew out, because mom always thought the crown always came first, then the person. And she learned that lesson quite early with her sister. Four of Cups. William is having some regrets here. King of Cups. Dad. Ace of Cups. Actually, look at that. The king has two aces. Knight of Spears in reverse. Regrets about, why in the world is William more worried about Meghan? The king is actually thinking this was almost a love letter to his mother, because in some respects he's doing what's best for the crown, which his mother did do, took away a lot from Andrew. And he's keeping his promise to always look after his brother by making sure his brother has shelter, is safe, has money. The king is looking after Andrew. He is giving him a choice of places on Sandringham. So he's not supported by the taxpayer anymore. And Charles is going to be paying for a lot of things for him. So in some respects, these two aces with the Queen of Coins in the middle make a lot of sense. He did right by his mother on both for the crown and by looking after his mother's son. So he did keep his promise. I will look after Andrew, but I'm also looking after the crown. Five of Spears. He knows he's got a big battle ahead of him. Seven of Cups. I honestly think that this is showing us, I just want to make sure, that the end is nigh. I think this is showing us the end is nigh. I think we're going to see a bunch of big plays as long as he can. I'm almost getting a feeling like he wants to go out on top. And by not doing anything about Andrew, he would always be looked at as weak. What was his legacy? He allowed Andrew to keep his titles, and even though Andrew said he wasn't going to use them, go watch my previous video, and it's quite clear what the cards were trying to tell us. We're being gaslit by the king a lot. There's a lot of confusion around the king, how sick he really is, how much he's willing to take. Maybe a lot of people don't know what his next move is going to be either. Death in reverse. William is like, whatever, Harry, whatever, I'll deal with you later. Right now, I think that, and the previous, oh, look at this, clock agrees with me. The previous reading really kind of emphasized this. William's more worried about the funeral for his father, the coronation, like he's doing that kind of stuff for the future, which I'm sure King Charles was doing when his mother was dying. Is this in place? Is that in place? Right? I mean, like invitations and everything went up, boom, 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 right? They have to. It's inevitable. It's not if, it's when. And I think right now, William is more concerned about the death of his father. I think William's more concerned that Meghan, isn't that interesting? Meghan showed up over here and here. I think William's more concerned about what Meghan's going to do around the funeral of his father and inheritance. He wants to make sure that Meghan doesn't get any money whatsoever. And Harry's in for a battle here with his dad and it's going to be about his wife. Maybe Harry thinks this is fantastic because his wife will leave him now if he has no titles. Maybe he's thinking, this is fantastic. Dad, please take my titles. And then she'll just naturally go away. There's something here that Harry thinks it's quite lucky for him. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's like, yes, please take them. Here, have them. Which he hasn't done, which he could do. Then I'm free to go become a billionaire. What's the, oh God, can't make this up. Underlying the devil. Yeah, the claw has a lot to do with this. A lot. But what we can see here is Charles isn't worried about what Harry's next move, about Harry, nothing. Harry's more worried about Charles than Charles is about Harry. So perhaps there is an agreement with the Two of Cups here. Perhaps there is an agreement. I'll look after my brother. You look after your brother. All right. I think that William's already made up his mind about Harry, and there's nothing Harry can do about it. So that's why Harry's appealing to his dad. Do you think now his dad is going to make some precedent that Harry can't lose his titles like his brother did? Probably not. So I'm just going to say, like, Harry's more concerned about them than they are about Harry. I think they've moved on. I don't think Harry has. I think Harry's like struggling to, and worried. Whereas these guys are like, yeah, that ship sailed, Harry. We got our own things to worry about now. But yeah, there's something here that Harry thinks it's good. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But they're all chained to this situation. Interesting. Well, good for the king. He's just worried about what he should be worried about. He's staying in his lane, worrying about the crown. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.